Oh, so sorry about that. I just realized that my mic was muted all the while. Thank you so much for still staying. I welcome you to the midweek midday talk show with Atetima. I'm so excited that you could make it today. Happy Salah to our Muslim parents. God bless you God bless you as you celebrate. And then congratulations to every one of us that is seeing the last Wednesday in the month of June and in the first half of the year. This year has been a wonderful year. From one news to another news, one event to another one, especially as regards children, parenting, the family, society. Oh my goodness. It's all good. We're thankful to God that we are alive, we're well, and we have the opportunity to keep learning, to keep improving, to keep growing, to keep developing. This is what life is all about, growth. Okay, so if you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, I want to say welcome, especially to you. And if you drop a comment, I'll know that you are here. Okay, today we're talking about something really, really crucial because for some of us, our children are already on holiday. Yes, our children are already on holiday. So we have them, at home for the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and for some almost 10 weeks. This is not a time for you to snooze as a teen parent. This is not a time for you to give excuses, to tell us how there's nothing you can do. You're not going to kill yourself. Well, the choice is actually yours. And for me, I usually like to paint it clearly, to say it's either this or this. I learned it from the Bible, from God. God will say, look, this is life, this is death, but choose life. So you can't have your cake and then eat it at the same time. You can't give these excuses and then expect not to be shocked or surprised. It doesn't happen like that. You need to know that this is what you are up against. Yes, in your days, your parents could leave you alone, go away to work for days, for weeks, for months, and everybody is fine. You try that now, you do it at your risk. At your risk. So I want to say to you that the long holidays come with a lot of time. The long holidays come with a lot of time. Hello, T Baron. So good to see you. Yes, I celebrate you, ma'am. It comes with time, and I've always said that free time is your teen's worst enemy. Somebody help me write it in the comment section. Free time, unplanned time, and boring time are your teen's worst enemy. So even though the time is not free, if they are not doing something that is planned, something that is productive, is still an enemy. If they are not being held accountable for how they are spending their time, they can flip. And I know that somebody here might be wondering, why are we always concerned about what these things do? Can't they just control themselves? Can't they know what is good from right? Can't they make the right decisions? Don't they know? You need to understand that your children are still growing. Just like you cannot complain that a baby is crying for breast milk too often. A toddler is putting their hands, attempting to put their hands in socket, in fire, in dangerous places. Why should you be complaining? That's the age that they should be crying for breast milk. For teenagers, it is an age where they are crying for accountability, for supervision, but it's just that they're not crying physically. So you don't know, and then you assume that because they are 13, they are 16, they are 12, that they should know what to do and they should be able to put themselves together. Nope. The teen brain is an experimental one. They are curious, they want to try out stuff, they want to express themselves. Look, teens like fun, including that your child that is looking very quiet and boring, introvertish. They like fun. They have not just found the kind of fun that appeals to them. Some of them like fun outdoor, some of them like fun indoor. As long as they have people around them, peers around them, they'll keep making offers. One day, they will discover, your child will discover the kind of fun that they appreciate, and they will go for it. So the basic line is what we're talking about today. How can we help? How can we support? I need you to understand that your teenagers need your support. They don't need your criticism. They don't need your surprise. Oh, to understand what's happening to teens of these days. That's not what your teens need. Your teens need you to stand strong and support them for as long as they are teenagers. Now, you need to also understand that one of the basic ways, major ways to support your teen is to create a plan, to create a structure. If you leave your teens to do things they like when they like it, you are putting them at risk. If you leave them to express themselves without supervision during the holiday, you are not going to like the outcome, because they are going to feel like doing everything that gives them a high, that makes them feel good. And without supervision, without a plan, they will waste valuable time, and they could get involved in extreme risky behavior. That's what this conversation is all about. I'm speaking now, and I know that a parent is saying these things they are saying, my child cannot do it. You're not saying it verbally, right? You're saying in your subconscious, somewhere in your mind, you're saying, my teens won't dare this, my teens cannot try this, oh, my teens don't know about this, my teens are not going to go near this, my teens, you're exempting and separating your teens from this conversation, when in the real sense of it, they should be right in the middle of it. You should be assuming as I'm speaking that your teenager can pull up these stunts. That's what you should be doing now. So, excuse me, that way it helps you to understand what I'm saying, take it, and then personalize it. Not everything I'm saying is for everybody, but I need you to first accept it and then imbibe it into your culture, into your parenting plan, and work on it. But the moment you take it up, because this is what I see whenever parents come for sessions, the simplest of things they don't know. So I'm wondering, but we've been talking since, and most of these people know me. They know us, the coaches. They know us. They have been following. So what is the difference? Is this exemption? You just take yourself out and you go like, talk to them. You know the way we say in church. Right on, pastor. Tell them. Tell them. It's a them mentality, not a me mentality. And that way you're not able to provide the support, much needed support that your teens need. So I want you to put yourself into this system, into these scenarios. I'm going to be saying something that you might not connect with immediately, but do it for your future self. Yes. Do it. Listen for your future self. Now, what are the simple or common behavior, extreme behavior that your teens are exposed to by reason of being alive at such a time as this? Number one, the first category is what I call the non-physical risky behavior. We have physical, we have non-physical. And I'll start with the non-physical because those of you that have younger children, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is where their risky behavior usually starts from. The internet. This is where they stumble into porn. This is where they stumble into inappropriate, illicit, vulgar content, right? Cable TV. I was saying the other day when I came live that this is not a time to pay for full bouquet. You pay for all the flixies. There is unlimited access to content online, the media, social media, inappropriate movies, age inappropriate. I mean, even with the appropriate movies, like when you see a movie is rated 12 and you watch that movie, no, 12 is too far, it's rated 8, and you watch that movie and there's sex scenes in it. So for you to now think that you can just put on everything, pay for everything and leave, you're putting your children at risk. Because behavior is not only learned from other human beings, behavior is also learned from content, from the media. Now, what else should you be careful of? Games. Games. Yesterday, I was at the Sex Educate, like a pro challenge for parents, where I'm going to be speaking tomorrow by God's grace. And I was listening to Coach Ebuka because he had a session yesterday, and he was talking about how games have been sexualized, highly sexualized. And my son came back from school. He just finished his junior WAEC. And he said, Mommy, I want to say something to you. I want to talk to you. I want to have a private chat with you. And I was like, okay, what is it? And then he goes, oh, my friends and I have a game tournament. And you know how I had just heard Ebuka talk passionately and vehemently about games. You know, these box games our children play, our sons especially. And he was talking about how in the game, once maybe defeat your opponent, they'll give you a lady's bum bum to touch, they'll give you breast to press. And I was like, it made my son just said game. Look, my head just spin. I said, what? Game? He said, Mommy, calm down. It's not that kind of game. I said, what kind of game? He said, it's a FIFA game. And I heard Ebuka say that FIFA games are still okay, but he knows that soon they are going to start introducing porn into the FIFA game. Maybe you have something like it's halftime. You know the way football is. It's halftime. Go into the restroom. You now go and press something there or have sex there or something. I said, let's call Uncle Ebuka immediately. So we did a video call because Ebuka is one of his mentors. I said, Coach Ebuka, your boy is on the line. He's talking about game tournament. I want you to vet it. I want you to clear it. I want you to. Ebuka had a good laugh because I was like gagas. So he asked him a few questions. My son answered. They just had this brief impromptu session. Why would that be happening? Because I had heard. I'm not a game person, and you know that most women are not. Just a few. This game thing is guys. After that, I had to sit with him and start learning how to play the game. I said, this game, let us be playing together. Let me see where they are coming to press somebody's breast. We're laughing about it, but I used the opportunity to actually teach him that you need to prepare for these things. Like Uncle Ebuka has said, soon the porn guys, the porn stars, the porn vendors, the porn entrepreneurs, they're going to come. They're going to come for them because they are following these children bumper to bumper. So yes, this is my son, pastor's son, teen mentor's son, spirit coco's son, teen teacher's son, good family. My son is such a wonderful boy, everything good, straight, very, put together. And he was even saying, Mommy, Mommy, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. You should know me. You should trust me. I'll be fine. And I'm like, hello. These porn guys are not joking. They are going to come. They see our children as praise. They see our children as targets. So it's like a battle. It's not about us or what we think or what my son thinks in his good mind. No, it's beyond that. And that's why we have to be alert. I said, no, your coach must vet this tournament you want to play. He asked him the game. He asked him all the details before he gave the go ahead. I can't even be sitting down and be saying, no, my son that I've raised well, I will have trained him up in the way he should go. He cannot depart from it. Some of these things, it's an error. It's not intentional. They mistakenly stumble on these things. Then they get hooked. That's the problem. The problem is when you are not prepared for these things, when you are not aware, like we're saying in the inner circle, when you are not aware of what is going on, You say, am I not the one that bought the game? I know all the games I bought. My son had to start introducing all the games on his box. I was seeing some that I don't know about. His friends, our family friends, had come, and I was the one that brought those games to him to load, but I did not check. And so when you sit and think that, no, I've already taught my son about porn, I've taught him about sex, I've taught him about, I've taught him, these people are upgrading, they are stepping up, and you are still using curriculum of 1960. You told him last year, you told him 2 years ago, you have been telling him since. Have you told him now? Do you know the recent ones that are happening today? So now there's no porn in the FIFA games. There might be porn tomorrow. And then when it comes next holiday, you now say, I've already told him now. Didn't we just talk to Coach Ebuka just 2 months ago? You don't know that these people are stepping up by the minute. I don't want you to snooze, because you snooze, you lose. That's the thing. Now, what else? Movies. This one is for the girls. They have a list of series they are going to be watching this holiday. They have a list of you know these episodes, Korean movies. Girls, they like all these love. Girls love anything lovey dovey, lovey. This holiday, watch out. That is where they are going to be imbibing new culture, new habits, new behaviors from these movies. While their brothers are playing games, these ones are watching movies or are reading books or are just fantasizing somewhere. Check it. You don't have, like I said, the teenagers don't need to learn from friends. They can learn from things. They can learn from platforms. They can learn in non-verbal, non-physical ways. This bad behavior we're talking about. Because you're wondering, how did some of this vice, how did it spread? Somebody started it somewhere, and other people copied it, shared it, publicized it, taught it like they were the ones that started it. And then now, all of them know how to do these things. So let us be careful. There's sexting. This holiday, some children are going to have access to phone. They are going to learn how to sex text with your phone. In case you're saying they don't have a phone, they can use your phone. Recently, I was having a session with two teenagers that came for for a program I was teaching in. And from that, it was a Zoom class. They connected with themselves, collected, because they both don't have phones. Listen to this. They both don't have phones. So they collected YouTube channel and went there to be chatting. I love you. I miss you. People that just met online. Some of them use their friends' phone, because some of their friends have phones. They open an Instagram or Snapchat or whatever it is account, and then you can have other accounts. They go and plan the chats and the hookups from those channels. But here you are. No, my son does not have a phone. My daughter does not have a phone. She's not on social media. Check it. Check it. Which is why I'm going to be sharing what we can do, because sometimes it's not just about no, they don't have this, no to this, no to that. They are smart, very, very smart. When the parents were reporting to me about these two children, they said, my children are not on Snap. Truly, they were not on Snap, but they were on YouTube. So it's like, as you close one door, they find another route. You close one door, they find a window. You close the window, they break they break one other place under the door. They just keep finding ways and modes to do what they want to do. So aside setting up that structure, you need to help them fully understand the whys of these things. Now, what are the physical things that they can learn this holiday? They can learn how to verb. So vaping is this inhaling of a substance that makes you high, but the substance has a flavor. So it's like shisha. If you're a teen parent or teen mentor, I'm sure you've heard of shisha. Shisha was what they used to call it before, but now they have funkified the name, and that's why when you hear the name, you will not suspect anything. Just be like, oh, vaping, it sounds fine, right? They inhale this thing. Imagine substances that will affect their system. They are inhaling it, and it's sweetish. It's sweetish. They even call it e-cigarettes, e-cigarettes. They call it e-cigarettes, because you're inhaling it, but you're not holding it. Some of them actually go physically and vape. So vaping is one of it. Drugs and alcohol. Oh my goodness, this holiday. Please don't even think that it's only when they go out that they do these things. They can do it right under your nose. I read a story recently of how a parent had children, her teenagers said they wanted to have their friends over and everything. So, she prepared for them, set up everything for them, and then she went upstairs. By the time she came down 2 hours later, what her eyes saw, she could not believe it. They had come in with small, small packs of drinks, coming with small, small, drugs, substances. They just came in with it, but they came looking normal and innocent. After some time, this one brought out, this one brought out, this one brought out, this one brought out. What she came and saw were empties of everything. They were all knocked out right under her nose. So drugs and alcohol is something that, you need to pay attention to. In my home, there is no alcohol. No alcohol, no singular alcohol is there, not one drop. Does it mean I should now go and snooze? Shall I be snoozing? I can't snooze, because I thought about this thing I read, and I said, this is so true. My children's friends can actually come. If they have a small bottle, maybe 50 ml, 50 ml is just small. They have it in their pocket. Well, shall I know? I will sit down there with them when they are gisting now. Even if I mean it's not a duplex, I can just be in my room. I can just give them, some space to talk and all that, and then they start bringing out stuff right on that. Hey, I think everybody should go and get CCTV. My husband does CCTV services. I think we should just all go and get this CCTV so that you can watch, you can supervise, and I'm going to tell you why. Somebody says things in the Western world don't hide vaping. They do it publicly in play places for children, thereby exposing even the younger ones to it. Exactly. I've gone to a supermarket in Abuja. Even in Nigeria, they don't hide it too much again. I've gone to a supermarket, big supermarket in Abuja, and just by the supermarket, it's owned by the supermarket people. There is a place for vaping there, straight. I was like, when I said, I was like, then they were still using, shisha as the water. I'm like, what is going on there? I saw the pots, you see the pots, the rope, the whole tools for it. And I'm like, what is happening here? They're like, this is where I said, what? In broad daylight, in a place like this, a family place like this. So yes, these things are not being hidden again. They have birthday parties, they bring it out. It's something that, it's normal to them. Let us not shy away from this conversation too. Let us jump in. Look, this is the game changer for someone listening to me. I want you to listen well. I need you to understand this. When you avoid these difficult, extreme conversations with your son, with your daughter, with your teenagers, when you are uncomfortable, visibly uncomfortable, they can see that you're uncomfortable about having these extreme conversations. Your teenagers categorize you as old school, as ancient, not old school. In our days, we called it old school. Now, they say ancient. They classify you and categorize you as ancient, and automatically decide that you are not one of the people that they will have these conversations with. So even when they're having concerns, when they're having fears, when they want to share experiences, they just say, no, my mother is ancient, my father is ancient. He will not understand what I'm talking about. Then they go further into this risky behavior. So don't think that some of us like to talk about sex. Oh, we're talking about sex, rape, they don't think we're enjoying it. But we need these teenagers to understand that, look, we know what is going on. We are with you guys, bumper to bumper, no space. When they have issues, I mean, if you hear the way some teenagers talk with me, you will not believe it. They go like, oh, Atitima, so we went to this party, and I'm like, this girl is not even afraid. She's talking to me, telling me her bad escapades and everything, and she's not flinching. She's so comfortable. So around 2 a.m., we now went to the boys' house. And I go like, oh, really? And they're just talking. Why? I have presented myself as current, not ancient. Some of the things I don't know, but I'm open. I'm even asking, so what now happened? And they're telling me, and I'm making notes, and then I can now help. But when you are now like, all these people are doing these days, cigarettes, smokers are liable to die young. Who is still doing this type of smoking? They have gone past that. Teenagers now, they have gone past that. They are doing e-smoking. We are still talking about the one they hold in the hand. So I needed to hop into these conversations. Recently, I was saying something about talking to a 10-year-old about crush. And an adult asked me why I should ask a 10-year-old about crush. I laugh. 10 years about what is crush? Crush is the basic level, is the most simple conversation you can have with a teenager, with a 10-year-old today. Crush? What is crush? We're talking about oral sex. We're talking about hand job, blow, all those. We're talking about anal sex. We're talking about. We have left you. We have left you. People will say, no, you are exposing them. Let me be the one to expose them. I take responsibility for exposing them. Why? I am a trusted adult. I am a knowledgeable adult. And so if I'm exposing them, I'm exposing them knowledgeably. I'm exposing them with tools. I take responsibility for exposing them. Yes. I rather expose them than allow their peers expose them. Because when their peers are exposing them, they are taking advantage of their weaknesses, of their struggles, of their ignorance, of their gullibility. So let me be the one to expose them. Blame me, drag me. I'm available to be dragged. And Tetima was the one that came, and my children don't know anything about oral sex. And Tetima was the one that told them, let me be the one. Because what I hear from young people, you don't believe it. A girl said to me, if you see this girl, she looks completely innocent. She looks like the kind of person that can bet Jesus. She told me of how she had been having oral sex in school, secondary school. I don't know what is oral sex. This girl was telling me. Some of the extreme conversations I've heard about sex, some things that I don't know. As a married woman of 18 years, I heard it from teenagers. What are you people telling me? I heard it from 13 years old, 14 years old. They're the ones describing it. And say, no, I don't know that style. They say, wait, that they do it like this. I say, Jesus. And then parents will not say, no, but that doesn't know anything. I don't want that to hear. No problem. Keep them to yourself and let them be ignorant. I would rather that my children, that my mentees are over-informed than under-informed. Because when they're under-informed, they can be pushed to the negative side, to the bad side. Let them know and be waiting for the friends that are coming with the misinformation. Let me inform them, right? Have you heard about the law of the first mention? Who is giving them the law of the first? So if you don't tell them, I don't tell them. Who now mentions it to them first? And how or when do you think they will mention it to them? Are you going to be there? You see some children just meet in a restroom, in a public place. They talk. Bakam. They have been informed negatively, badly, misinformed about sex. And you are telling me that I should sit down and wait. I should loaf. I should just be wandering around confused. And your children will just be looking at you and say, if only my mom knows. Recently, I stumbled on the phone of some children, some teenagers, and they were talking about being horny in school. Hey, Jesus. I said, what? He said, it's like they sprayed honey in this place. Everybody. So imagine, parents, wake up. This holiday, that's what I'm saying. This holiday, a lot of conversations are going to flow amongst them. Somebody go to say, in my school, oh, we are honey every Friday. And the other one will say, oh, what's honey? Then they start talking. At the last event I went to, a parent came to me after the session to say, Auntie Atima, my 10-year-old, she's in grade 3. My 10-year-old was in a class where a teacher asked, what is bullying? And her classmates said, bullying is when you use the third finger on another girl. My child is 10. She said her daughter was confused. But if that girl was in my class and I tell her about lesbianism, you people would drag me and say, Tetima, you're exposing these children. That class, they are 10 years. 9. The girl that was speaking was 9 years old. So her daughter entered shock. She entered a state of shock. And came home and said, Mommy, what does it mean to put third finger inside somebody? I don't understand. The mother was confused. She has not had those kind of deep conversations with her daughter. She was like, oh, the girl was confusion everywhere. The kind of thing I hate. You have teenagers and you are confused. What are you confused about? You did not know they are in their generation. There's information everywhere. So you are sitting down waiting to be confused. The things are already overexposed now. Thank you, sir. These things, Uncle Sunday is a teens mentor. He knows what I'm talking about. You have a program in teens church. You tell them to give you questions. You see questions that give you goose pimples and you are wondering. I thought they did not know. I thought it's when they finish secondary school, we'll tell them about these things. Who told you? JSS1, 11 years. In fact, the age to fear as at now is 10 to 13. In fact, 9 to 13. Fear that age. Fear, that's the most curious, the most expressive, the most adventurous of all the category of children between 0 to 18. I hereby declare the endangered species as ages 9 to 13. Fear that age. They are the endangered ones. They are the ones that are ready to go all out for any kind of information. If you're only sitting down quietly, don't exempt them, please. Don't exempt them. I'm not saying you should judge them. I'm not saying you should, drag them, suspect them. What I'm saying is that be alert, be aware. Be aware. When they say these things, so Okusunde is saying the things taught me was like staff, exactly. Straff, colos, tequila. There's nothing we don't hear. Me, when I don't know all. When I hear the one I don't know, I'll call the person and say, explain to me. If you hear the way they explain, I remember when a teenager was explaining HQ to me. It was like master class. I told him, I say, son, hold on, let me get book and pen. If you see learning, you're sitting down there saying, my child does not know. Sometimes you need to put camera on this your children so that you can see and hear what they know. And some of you will have heart attack. So leave it for us to be hearing. And when we listen and hear and we are creating programs, don't judge us. It's not coming from nowhere. It's coming from somewhere. It's a feedback from what we're seeing on the field. When we give it to you, don't drag us. Allow us, because we know what we are seeing and we are coming here to help you. You are fighting with us that you're supposed to partner with. Those of you that drag mentors and coaches, the Lord have mercy upon you in Jesus' name. I've been saying it too. You're supposed to be celebrating us. You're supposed to be cooperating with us, partnering with us. But no, you're judging us. Did you hear what this mentor said? I said it. I said it. You will not be grateful today, but tomorrow you will be grateful. Because I'll be saving your child from making grievous, long-lasting errors that will put their life at risk. Now, what else can they learn this holiday? They can learn masturbation. They can learn sex, oral sex, group sex. Group sex is the one that is trending now. Group sex is now the trending one. They go out together. They go out together. They drink. This is how it flows. So it's not like your children plan to have sex. No, don't get me wrong. They don't. They understand what is sex, the consequences of sex. They don't want to, but this is the missing link. The substance. So they go, they just take a little drink, they just take a little substance, they just take a little something. Sometimes they don't even know what they're taking. They're taking cookies, they're taking cake, they're taking juice. And then before you know what's happening, they are tipsy. And like it happened to one girl, she was the one that she was even hanging out with her friends, all girls. And then they got tipsy, small, small, they got tipsy, and then she texted this young guy. This guy just showed up immediately. That was the last she could remember. By the time she was awake, what she saw was used condom, etc., another clothes. She was in another dress and in her house, not a party. Her house, her parents were around. The good thing was that she had a very good relationship with her children, so she just ran upstairs to her parents crying. The rest is history. So this group sex that they have, it's not like they plan it. They go there normal. We all went to a party. It was his 16th birthday, 17th birthday. Then from there, other things happen. Other things happen. And then there's a problem. Innocent party. I'm not talking about a wild party. I'm talking about an innocent party that has reckless, wild people coming, which are not usually known or recognized facially. You don't know how exposed a child is. So when this child comes, he comes with attachments. That's what I call it. They don't come alone. They come with small. Take, take, take. Then your child is collecting, collecting, collecting. What else can they learn this holiday? Rebellion. Some children actually learn how to rebel. Their friends teach them. Your mom said that to you. How did you react? No, if I was the one, this is how I react. Your daughter learns it. Your son learns it. Throw a tantrum. Refuse to do this. Tell them this. Threaten them. Do this. Do that. They learned it. Rebellion is a learned behavior. And so you need to be aware of it. Now, what should you do this holiday? Our time is almost up. I need to run through this so that you can get it all sorted. Please take note of the following. Set up a plan for active engagement this holiday. When we talk about this plan, you guys go like, all these coaches, you not let us rest. Must we plan everything? Who planned holiday for me? I just went on holiday. My parents didn't even know what was happening. No more. Have a structured holiday. My son was trying to talk to me this morning and say, oh, I want to go for this football academy thing. I said to him, we have a plan for you for the 8 weeks you're going to be around. I'm going to run that plan with you. We're going to put together some things, take out some things, add some things. You don't start anything that is not on a plan. It's public holiday. I'm working today, but there's a plan for what should happen today. You don't just leave them to chance. So set up a plan, safeguard your media and social media at home. Check out Netflix if you need to. If you need to get movies, specific movies that you have researched, get it all out. Let there be rules. Let there be a standard. Let there be, a structure. You can't just whisk off to social media anyhow. Get off to YouTube anyhow. Go to all the channels. Everything is available. Safeguard it. Safeguard it. Unlimited access to the internet is hellfire. You are waiting for fire, the real one, fire, raw fire, the devil is in. Internet, unlimited access, Wi-Fi. That is the current hellfire as we speak. Your children will get burnt. Because whether they are looking for these things or not, these things come to them. Is it the facial recognition component that is on YouTube? Or which one are we talking about? Is it the sponsored ads? Is it the things that just come and you mistakenly click? Then now the algorithm now shows you that, okay, you like these things and constantly put it before them. Is it that one we want to talk about? And you say you will not arrange yourself because you know what you have put in your children. You have already taught them. You're already monitoring them. How well can you monitor? You want to check these things. Set up these measures. Some people, have this software that monitors their children and their activities when they're on their laptops. Set up these things. Don't say I don't know. What are you really researching? You are busy checking news. This celebrity is cheating on his wife. You are following the story. Following it, you are so current. And yet you are not current on apps and software that can help you monitor your children's internet use. Continue. Be following Gist Lover. They'll soon come and drag me. God have mercy. Be following them. Be all these people that are giving you gist, they are making money. Oh, they are giving you gist, yet you are online. You are not getting any tool to help your children stay online well, safely. You are just leaving them. They already know. Like me, I'll now say my son already knows what to do now. He knows what he won't dare it. Continue. What else can you do? Supervise like your life depends on it. Look, there's a way you will supervise, your children will be used to it. My children even gave me a name. They nicknamed me, mommy, 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 you are too extra. I say I love it. And I even feel I don't supervise enough. Mrs. Knock, hello. I even feel I don't supervise enough. So this holiday, I'm upping my game. My supervision level is going to be with joy and gladness of heart. In fact, I want them to get used to the supervision. Why are you not supervising them? Don't you know that their brain is not fully developed? Don't you know that riskier is sweeter and better for a teen? Don't you know? Don't you know that when there is, let's check. I read a story of how a boy and a girl were making out in school, and they put one of their friends to be the hinchman, to be watching. They put the person to be on the lookout. And the teacher was coming. The the SSS guy took off and left the boy and the girl. He didn't whistle, he didn't alert them, he just left them and ran for his own life. The teacher walked him and caught them, live and direct. And you will say we should not supervise. Tell your children that this holiday, I will come back home at any time. It's not a matter of you want to shock them. Why are you setting trap for them to fall? I am coming back at any time. I am checking your activities online. I told my children that I sit in my office, and I told my mentees at the girls' hub, oh, they went and told their mother that Tetima has finished us. She said that she can get videos, which is actually the truth. I sit in my office and I get videos of the activities of my mentees on my table. I don't look for it, it comes to me. I say, so I'll be seated and I will get pictures and videos of you. You can't run away from me. I am like your shadow. And I will drag you. I told one of them that I will drag you. I will buy tickets. I will come to the UK and drag you. She said, jeez. She went out to her mother that mommy. And Tetima said she will buy tickets and come and drag me in here in UK. I say, yes, I'm not lying. I will come to Lagos. I'll come to Port Harcourt. Look, when they know that you are not there, you're not, that's when they feel so free and comfortable to do what they like. But when they know that you are hawking them, this supervision, it's not just me, everybody alert. They go like, mommy, that's the words they will say. Mommy, your own is too much. My son said to me, mommy, it's not that deep. I say, son, it is deep. Deeper, deepest. It's not that deep. This porn stars is deep for them. Why should it be shallow for me? Very deep. So I will shadow you. I will come at any time. I will check what you are doing. I told them that my husband is an IT personnel, that he's going to go and check their history. I say, your phone. I told them a story of somebody I know who went to MTN office and requested for the chats for about 3 months for a family member. 3 months. It was in an envelope. I said, so you cannot run. If the bird has learned to fly without perching, I, the hunter, have learned to shoot without missing. These children need to have some form of fear now. What is all this? I know that they are born in tech, but God has helped us. We can hawk, we can supervise, we can check, we can cross-check, we can snooze around, check. You have children coming over for sleepover and you are sleeping throughout the night. That's the time for you to do night vigil. You didn't do night vigil. After you tell me that you used to pray. When are you praying? That's the time for you to be praying when they are around. Pray and tell them that your prayer, you walk around. You walk. Say, don't worry, doing my prayer, Shigiri Shabada. I will come and pray by your door. In the morning, let them see anointing oil. They know that you came. Tell them, if you let them know that I'll be upstairs. If you need anything, call me. Hello. You won't be needing anything because I'll be checking you. Let them know. Barge into them. Why are you just giving them one kind of free time, free space, free everything free? You have children sleeping over, you cannot sleep. That tournament my son is doing, no work for me that day. I will work online. I will be around. You people should be doing your tournament. When I stay 10 minutes, I check the game if they are pressing breast inside the game. I see. I'm not even going to do any, because I don't know now. The one my son is playing, maybe his the friend will not say there's another one after this one. Let's enter that one. Then you say I will not. I will check the game. Mommy Extra, I love the name. I'm Extra. I love it. So please, let us wake up. It's not bad for children to do sleepovers. My children do sleepovers, but the sleepovers are controlled sleepovers. When my children are sleeping over at my closest friend's place, herself and her husband, if you tell them at 2 a.m., they are awake. They do ward round. They are like children are on admission in their house. They don't sleep. And the sleepover is usually short. 2 days, 3 days, everybody go to your house. So when you just hand over children and in your mind, you're on break, you're on holiday, you are not checking. Do you know what can go wrong? And it's the holiday. What children are on holiday? You are not on holiday. You're on assignment. They are on holiday. You are on assignment. Your toes are up, standing, tiptoeing everywhere. Let them know that you don't sleep. They say, Mommy, what is your own? My children, when I enter their room, Mommy, go and sleep. I say, leave it. I'm very okay. Are you a bat? Yes. Bat, their eyes used to shine in the night. You can't just sleep because these children are sleeping over. No, you can't. What else should you do? Sex-proof, drug-proof, porn-proof your homes this holiday. I don't know who are the teen parents that are still drinking alcohol. You still have alcohol in your house. What your children will use alcohol to do, your eye cannot, you will not like it. You know, when you drink sensibly, reasonably. These children drink senselessly. They binge drink. Do you know what is binge drinking? Binge drinking. Binge drinking is drinking too much alcohol in a short time. They binge sex, they binge drink, everything they are binging. You know, their generation is a fast generation. So everything they are doing excessively, extrally, extremely. Everything is plenty. You now come say this movie is adult. What is adult movie? Somebody please, there is that word adult movie. Is it in the dictionary? Adult movie. What is adult movie? You are watching porn and you're telling me you're watching adult movie? So your 18-year-old can watch it now and practice what he's watching. Why are you watching porn? What is the excuse for watching porn? It helps you and your husband. If you people need sexual upgrading, go to and see a sex therapist. Go to a proper therapist. Sit and say, we want to upgrade our sexual life. It's allowed. Very allowed. But you cannot tell me that you are watching porn because porn is teaching you how to do sex better with your spouse. That is a quoted sin, is a quoted devilish curriculum. And then when your children stumble into it, you now say the devil, village people, demon. After all the prayer I prayed, after how I raised this child that I delivered, I pushed out, I carried for 9 months, will come and be addicted to porn. How? Where? When you were hiding to watch porn with your husband, you did not know. Do you know that pornography has a spirit? You don't know? You don't know? I should tell you people. Porn has a spirit now. So whether your children know that you're watching it or not, once you start watching it, the spirits behind these things permeate the environment. And all of a sudden, it's like honey is sprayed everywhere. If you know what I mean. And your children are just craving. Recently, somebody sent me a message. His 12-year-old son has been having sex with the house help. I'm not talking about experimenting. Having proper sexual activity under his nose. Should I tell you sorry? How should I react? Am I supposed to say sorry? Should I empathize? Please come and pay your money and come for session. Just do it straight. Let us start the work. We don't even know how we're going to remedy this one. It's already an addiction. 12-year-old already having sex, and somebody will tell me that 10-year-old we are talking about crush is too much. We should not talk. What are we doing? It's a holiday and you just give your children gadget, let them, they'll be okay, they'll be all right, no plan. We've been talking about boot camp. Some people are not aware. The day boot camp is starting, they'll just wake up. Hey, Auntie Tima, the boot camp, where, when, how, what? What's the next thing that we should do this holiday? Pressure proof your teens by preparing them for peer pressure movements. The truth is, even after we have done all this, we're still going to have you know, instances where your teenagers will be pressured. Now listen to this, very important. By peer pressuring, by pressure proving, that's the word, by pressure proving your teens, you help them get scripts and strategies for refusing things like drug and alcohol. So for example, they go to a party and everybody's tasting. Your son just says, oh, I'm allergic to these things. If I have it, I'll have breakouts all over my body. I can't take it. Somebody else can say something like, oh, you don't know my parents. My parents very extra. My mother is very extra. She's going to, she tests for alcohol and drug in my system every week, every 2 days, every 3 days. You can give them a code to say immediately the party moves from good to bad. Tell them you need to use the restroom. And when you're in the restroom, send me a code with word or alert or come. And then you too, you arrange yourself and you get your child out of there in a jiffy. Peer pressure proof them, peer pressure proof them, because the truth is the pressure will still come. Yes, I like to be very truthful. I like to be extremely truthful. We're going to do all we can spiritually. Number one, you know I'm Madam Spirit Coco. I don't joke with that one. The kind of covenant I've entered with my children, I told them that where you are inside the covenant, you're not aware of it. Hey, I will use covenant, I will use spiritual service, I will use all that. Correct. I will use parenting plan, parenting curriculum, all what we're being taught, like in the International Parents Academy. We're going to use that. How be it, you also have a part to play in the scheme of things. What's your exit strategy? What's your escape plan? There are some people, when they pass the thing round, when it gets to them, they start coughing. I'm joking, they'll go out. It's a plan. So you can't just, because I've asked teenagers many times, so if you're in a place and all of a sudden somebody brings out something and you cannot, what do you do? One say I'll collect it, I'll throw it on the ground. Another one say I'll tell them no, they will laugh. So what do? You have to have a plan of what to do. In fact, when I thought about this point, I want to get the kit so that it's not like I'm lying. Get the kit. They have that kit. Talk to drug prevention people, coaches like Tega, Omogo, David. They have that kit. My mommy tests me. I have a coach, I'm doing football, I'm doing stuff, my coach will test me, I don't want trouble. They will leave you. But when your child does not have any plan, when the thing comes in, what is he supposed to do? Everybody are clapping. They'll take. They'll take. They'll go around. When it now reaches your child, what is he supposed to do? He's now confused. He goes like, you guys can't contain me here. I pass. He should create something. Look, we need to help them with these things, because if you think about it, it's actually becoming more and more difficult. It's actually becoming more and more difficult. Sometimes I pity these children, which is why I'm going all out for them to help them. I'm pitying them. I never went to a club and I did not miss going to a club. I didn't miss it. But today, if you don't go to a club, you are Jew. You are Jew. So let these children know that you are aware of what is going on. I know that a time will come when you will just be in a fix. Do you know, I read something, very funny something that I read. Some of you don't live in Nigeria, so maybe you cannot relate. But this one happened abroad. A boss, some students were going for a trip, a school. They were going for a field trip excursion or something. The teacher was in the bus in the front. And Just said, let her just do her random check, and came to the back. And the boys were seated, the girls were under. Inside bus. But you know, somewhere in your mind, you say, but I am here, there's a teacher here. That's why when parents ask me what happens on camp at night, I say the children sleep, we stay awake. We don't sleep on camp. This is the 5th year. We don't sleep on camp. Oh. Sleep. How will you sleep? We don't sleep. Meanwhile, we have put all the measures. The girls they have their hostel. The boys have their hostel. Peer mentors are staying with them. People wonder if I come to camp from my house. And I wonder, I don't understand. Am I a foolish virgin? I'll be in my house and people, children are on camp. I sleep on the damn 6-spring bed with them. I don't sleep. Myself and my prayer partner, every night, we're out, anointing the rooms, checking the children, getting into there, checking. 3 rounds. In fact, 2 years ago, we introduced the whole volunteers. You did not come here to sleep. Oh. You didn't come here to catch cruise. Camp is not spa. Camp is not beach. Camp is not cinema. Camp is a war zone. Yes, please talk to the professionals about the kids. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to talk to them about it. I don't sleep. Oh, somebody's even saying it's happening here in Nigeria. In school bus. People are making out. Children are making out inside school bus. And you will tell me that you will not be aware. You want to be snoozing. Camp is also not a spa. We didn't come to flex on camp. So we are alert. And we let them know. That's why camp cannot be more than 5 days. After 5 days, be going home. Okay, you understand now, ma. Mrs. Knox said, no wonder the team is always dressed like commandant. Ma, I'm a commandant, oh. See my badge. I don't have way. Alert. There is a team. They are this. Do you know the training we have been training the team for like 2 months now? But when the Holy Spirit wants to fall on camp here, you cannot stand though. You will fall under anointing. After falling, we open our eye and check who is present. We don't even allow male touch. We don't allow male minister to female. I want to minister to let the Holy Spirit. Don't do it. Male minister to male. Female minister to female. Look, you have to be alert. You can't just come and then you're not checking what is going on. I need to round off now. My last point would be demand accountability and mentoring from your so give them mentoring and demand accountability from them. Give them mentoring, demand accountability. That's why I told my mentees that we drag you. I made that announcement on Saturday. By Monday, one of them entered my trap. I dragged her. If you see the dragging, her hand was on her head. Like, immediately I just said, so sweetheart, I got a report and I'm here to drag you. She just put her hand on her head and sat quietly for the dragging. Make them answerable. You know, teenagers don't like being answerable. You question them, they get upset, especially to parents. Mommy, please, I beg. Mommy, please stop. You know, they do all those things. They can't do it with their mentor. The girl was delaying answering me. I said, my darling, your answer quick, answer quickly, answer me. Why did you say this? Why did you do this? Give them mentoring, expect, demand. How can working with teenagers is not a walk in a park? Oh, you know, it's not. It's not where you are receiving cool breeze. They don't like being answerable. So you would demand it. When I said I'm going to call on Coach Ebuka, my son said, Mommy, stop. Now, why are you calling Coach Ebuka? I said, we will call Coach Ebuka so that you will answer him question. Coach Ebuka said, what is the name of the game? What did he do? He was answering. That is it, my darling. You will answer the question. It was on video call, so it's not what I'm hiding. Video, look at his face. See his face. I see your son, see your boy. But you're there. You say it's only you and your husband that will hold your children. You are the only mentors of your children. Continue. Keep them to yourself. We have been announcing for the Teens Mentoring Bootcamp. Sealing a slot ends on Friday. By Saturday, the price goes up because we are paying our facilities hugely. and bills are going up everywhere. It is affecting us. So from Saturday, if you have not booked a slot, you will pay the increased fare. We're not looking for 500 people on camp. We want just 100 people. So it's not like we're begging. No, if you don't need to come to camp, if you can't afford to come to camp this year, it's fine. You can join us online. But you see that sleeping on the camp, we will not trade anything. We spend hugely on manpower. We have paramilitary on camp, we have military on camp, we have team experts on camp, we have team mentors on camp. They're even coming as volunteers, so it's not like we can really pay them. But we need to take care of everybody. And I am not going to use a facility that I don't trust. No, I'll use a facility that when a child moves here, I check, I'll see the child. I don't go to a facility where there are too many gunky corners. Look, even our facility is tested. So please, camp is not cheap. It's not 20K. Camp is 75,000. If you are booking a slot with at least 10K, just book a slot to hold your slot down. After Saturday, you will please pay 90K. Please don't come and say Aunty Etima is too much. Oh, Aunty Etima, even with this 90K, we are still having people help us, sending money to fund. We don't play with the standard. We are not bringing fake prophets. No prophet suddenly is coming there. It's original prophets. Yes. The team, the speakers, everything is top notch. This is the 5th year. And you can see that lives are being transformed. We will not play with it. Please, if you cannot afford to come to camp, join us online. Online is 30K. After Saturday, it's 40K. If you can't come physically, please join us online. All these people that are saying, my husband does not want my children to come. Let your husband be their mentor. Let him do father, let him do mentor. Let him do supervisor, let him do everything. You need to understand that we all have our roles to play. Your husband is a father. You are a mother. Aunty Etima is a mentor. Please, everybody, I can't be their parent. You cannot also be their mentor in this way. Because the older your children become, the less powerful your influence. If you have a teenager, can I tell you that you are not the most influential person to them? No, you are not. You are the most important, you are the most revered, you're the most appreciated. Your children will choose you over me. I'm not even competing with you. But you see influence, sir, I have more influence than you. So parents will say to me, Aunty Etima, I've been telling my daughter not to paint her nails. She's not listening. Come and talk to her. Just 2 minutes is too much. 1 minute, 30 seconds, she will find result. There was a teenager that came to church. That boy was on camp. He comes to camp. He came to church. He was on his phone. His mother located me. In church, I was receiving the anointing from God. The mother came to me, Aunty Etima, look at what, when they misbehave, is now your boy. Look at what your boy is doing. Look at what your boy is doing. She flung the phone at me. The boy came and sat beside me. When he came, I looked at him. He was on sleeveless. He was just looking. I said, you are looking like a boxer. You're looking like a wrestler. How can you do this? Do you know that before I would say Jack and then Robinson, this boy was fully dressed? Look, mentors are miracle workers. Shout out to all the mentors over there. The mom was in shock. She just turned back. Her son was dressed. By the time I yabbed him, 2 minutes yabbing, he said, Aunty Etima, I just remembered I have t-shirt in the car. He was, when Jesus healed that madman, and the next time they saw him, he was seated well in the temple. That's what happened to that boy that day. My boy was seated by my side, arranged. Meanwhile, the mother was busy. I could be coming down. He sat beside me. So understand that you have a place to play as father and as mother. God has given us a place, a role to play in your child's life. If you choose, some of you make me laugh. Your child cannot come to, you live in Abuja, your child cannot come to camp, but you send this same child to the UK, to the US to go and school. I laugh. I'm laughing at you right now. no empathy for whatsoever. 16 years old are going to the UK unaccompanied. You are in Nigeria, your child is, you don't ask. You're questioning me, and I'm even willing to give you the answers. But you send your child off to a school that is run by a homosexual. And you're so confident. The school is such a good school. My child will have an opportunity. Opportunities, me and Coach Wendy, we have what we call opportunity. They pay opportunistic parents. My child will have scholarship. My child, they are not checking, what are their value systems, do they have sex in their class on the field? You don't check it, but camp or 5 days, you want to drag me. Please keep your children. I'm not looking for children. I have plenty that are coming. Keep them. We are asking you to bring your children to us. In 5 days, we are not going to sleep. We are going to labor for these children in the spirit, physically, mentally. Do you know the quality of people that are going to teach them? Do you know the planning that goes? We use 1 year to pray for camp. We have been praying for this year's camp since last year, June. We are investing our energy, our all. We are saying you cannot bring your child, but you can send your child to a school in Canada that you don't know the beginning and the end of that school because it is in Canada. But when they get there and they have issues, you now remember that there's one at Tetima. Hey, there's one at Tetima somewhere. I've been hearing of her. Let me come and talk to her quickly, sharply. Let her come out. Bring your children to camp. I know why I'm saying it. By the time they become 20 years, they are too old. If they are not already in our system, they can't be peer mentors. For us, that's the end game. We're not just bringing them to camp, just come and see what is happening in camp, just like that. No, we're asking for them to come to camp so that we can, raise them up to become mentors themselves, to become peer mentors themselves. This is what you're supposed to do. Join the info room. Join the info room so that you can get access to the slots. If you don't book your slots, you will be left behind. Okay, everybody. Yes, camp is in Abuja, camp is in Lagos, and camp is in Port Harcourt. Yes, those are the 3 places that we are having camp this year. Lagos is first, and then Port Harcourt is next. No, Abuja is next, Lagos is next, and then of course we have our online version. So guys, I hope you have a beautiful holiday with your children, a knowledgeable, a supervised holiday. Wear boots like me, this holiday, wear boots like me. Okay, ma'am. Admin is going to reach out to you immediately. Mrs. Fifunwa is a mother of one of the girls in the girls' hall. So we're going to help you manually. I don't know what's happening. We tried to add you as well. It didn't come on. But please, the rest of us, yes, please. Admin is also going to share the details of how you can join the info room and book your session. Lagos camp is 1st to 5th. 1st is a Tuesday. Saturday is the 5th. The venue is somewhere on the island. We don't share exact venue. It's a boarding school. We don't share exact venue with people that have not, with non-registered participants. So but it's somewhere on the island. You drop them on Tuesday early in the morning. You go, you come back on Saturday. Then Abuja is next. 22nd is a Tuesday. The school is also in the heart of Abuja, a boarding school. You drop them on Tuesday, you pick them up on Saturday. Port Harcourt is on the 30th. Port Harcourt is the only camp that is starting on a Wednesday because we're just finishing from Abuja. So Port Harcourt is starting on Wednesday the 30th and ending on Sunday the 3rd. 5 days for all the sessions. And then we have ages 10 and above. 9 years old, unless they have been to any of our previous camps and we have seen how mature they are. The reason we don't want the younger ones to come physically is because we have 18 years old on camp. Unless that zone doesn't have senior teens, then we can consider 9 years old. But for now, seal the slot. The worst that will happen is that your 9 years old will join us online, which is still fine. The online has its own exclusive program, which is equally engaging and transforming, life transforming. So you want to get that, you want to get all your children in. If your children can even go to 2 camps this holiday, better. My son is going for Coach Ebuka's camp before my own camp. My daughter is coming for Abuja camp and Port Harcourt camp. I'm not doing, see, this thing is, after they go to movies like weekly. Abi, people take them to movies now. Every week you have cinema time, movie, you go. So if I take them to camp twice in a long holiday, it's not too much. It's not too much. Please, make provision, make a plan for it. Because what is going on these days is not something to snooze about. Thank you so much, everybody. So sorry for taking 13 minutes out of your time. It was worth every bit of it. We needed to sound the alarm that we are our. Thank you. And you have any questions, I'm available. Please shoot. God bless you, everybody. I can see you. I can't call you. We're quite a number today. God bless you all. And please continue to share. Look, just tag teen parents. Tag teen, whether they accept or not, just tag them. Some of them are going to take up their, how do I know that they are going to complain, they are going to whine, but please tag them. And guess what? This is going to be our devotional on camp. The spiritually intelligent teenager. The spiritually intelligent teenager is my latest book. I have 2 more coming tomorrow. Let me not let the cat out of the bag, but I have 2 beautiful, sweet books coming tomorrow. Yes, for preteens and children. But this is for teenagers. Is our devotional. We're doing a spiritual intelligence challenge on camp this year. So you need to order this immediately. This is maintain your white. Hey, tata. You want to sex prove your teenager? This is what to use. This is a sex proving resource. By the time your teenagers are done with this book, they'll be teaching their peers about sexual purity. I'm not joking. Teenagers have read this book. Have read this book and opened clubs, purity clubs. I was not there. I didn't join them. One in Canada, one in Abuja, one in Mina. Read this book and they opened purity clubs. So this is a way of sex proving your child from all the terrible things that are happening. These are my 2 books for teenagers. 2 more coming tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you so much, everybody. And this is the final goodbyes. Yes, final goodbyes. Yes, I would send you the Uncle Sonny said I have these 2 already. So 2 more are coming tomorrow. Yes, you can pay half to hold a stand for him. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, 2 new books coming tomorrow. If you're in Sex Educate Like a Pro, you will know about that. Maintain your white, you need it. Yes, you're going to get it, ma'am. Admin will be right here in the comment section to help you. Thank you so much, everybody, and God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I said